Well, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is just lovely to have you here. I have something on the table that I didn't think I was going to like until I got my hands on it, and now I own it. I have a small but interesting automatic knife collection. This is, of course, the Protech Large Don, but we'll get to that in just a second. Let's take a look at what else I've got. My collection is very eclectic, right? I've got some inexpensive stuff, like the Launch 4, which I really like. I've got the Launch 13, which this is just a fantastic pocket knife, right? Interesting. I got the Launch 14. Everybody needs an automatic cleaver, I guess, and I have one. And then I've got some other stuff, Let's see, let's do the other Protechs first. I've got the Invictus, which you can never go wrong with the Invictus. I have, and a Calmigo, which I love because I get to carry that in California all the time. Now for my Microtechs, I have an LUDT, and of course, the Mighty Stitch. That's it. This is my auto collection. I've had others. I've had all of the Launch series. Women Carry Knives still does. In fact, has the entire collection, except for these two. But we have them together. And I've had a whole bunch of out the fronts. I don't like out the front OTFs. They just, you're not going to hear me argue that there's excellent mechanics in them and they're kind of cool, but they're just not for me. This is what I like. This is what I like. Let's leave that out. The LUDT is probably the sliciest knife I own. This is just a razor blade. I love this thing. The Invictus, of course, excellent pocket knife. Now I'm going to leave out the other really pokey one I have here too. I'm going to put the Calmigo away. Launch 14, I actually got this from Tactical Everyday Dad. This is a fun knife. Really useful, great blade shape. Not quite as aggressive as some of the others. Still, of course, problematic here in California, but whatever. The 13 is a knife that should not be overlooked. These are about $120. This is a great pocket knife. It is CPM 154. It is American made. It is very snappy. It is very pokey, and it is really slicey. That is a great knife. All right, let's leave these other two out, but move them for just a second. So, as you can see, I like traditional drop points or interesting blade shapes. I don't like OTFs because I don't particularly like dagger blades generally. And then this landed. And I said, yeah, shit. Okay. This thing is spectacular. Now, I've had a bunch, I've had other Protech Don series. I've just never had a large Don on the table before. And oh my God. So let's look at what you get. You get 1, 2, 3, 4¼ inches of cutting on 4½ inches of 154 cm blade steel. The grip area from behind, from just there, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and comfortably 1/8 long. I can almost hold that with two hands. It is very pokey. It is very pokey. This is, well, look, this is designed along the lines of the classic Italian switchblade. And I don't have one of those. I don't really like those. But this, this thing is all of the build quality that I have come to know and love from Protech. And I have other Protechs. I mean, I've got a, I can't remember the name. It'll come to me. I have other Protechs somewhere. Sorry. Anyway, they make good knives. They really do. I wish they made more non-autos because that would be easier on me here in California. But I like, anyway. So I got this in my hand at the NorCal Knife Meetup the other day. My buddy Chris had this in his collection. He was selling it. And I just fell for it, head over heels. No question. It is super snappy, right? Blades locked in there nice and tight. It's really good in a lot of ways that really work for me. First, it is, with the exception of maybe the Launch 4 here, right? Pokey pokey. It is the stabbiest of my knives at this point. Like I said, I don't usually prefer dagger tips, but that thing is just awesome. The action is, well, Protech excellence. And I can one-hand this thing, which is really, really nice, right? I mean, that's awesome. So as I said, the blade is 4.5 inches long. The handle is 5 inches long, which means the overall knife from tip to tail is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a little over 1/4 inches long. This is a big knife, but it doesn't weigh anything. It really doesn't. And the closed profile in the pocket, I mean, it's got some obvious pokey stabbies. Now, mind you, in your pocket, if you're a righty, and there is sadly no lefty love on this guy, if you're a righty, this is in your pocket this way, so you got a little bit of metal sticking out here, right? A little bit of edge right there, but also you better have some long pockets. Like, even for me, this thing is pushing the boundaries a little bit. But just the same, closed profile on this thing is excellent, right? Even with that little hook. It rides the pocket really well. Now, this is the ring pattern edition. The T6 aluminum handle is milled in this expanding ring pattern that just gives it the perfect level of grip, right? Some of the other Protechs, the plain-sided Protechs are a little slippery. Something Microtech does not have the same problem because they tend to mill their handles in a really nice way. This is excellent. One of my favorite things about this is that if you wanted to carry like this one, look, it's just kind of a sidecar. It fits in the handle. Oh, I cracked myself up. These come and go. They do make more expensive versions. They made a version of this that had mother of pearl in the button. They make an all black version. They're sort of tacticaled out version. This is entirely the version for me. The serial number is the PR3, right? And it is the the serial number is the 359, if you're curious. Maybe you care, maybe you don't, I don't know. For size comparisons, here it is against the Stitch. Right, the Stitch, this is a big knife, but no, not really. But I'll tell you what this is. This is much heavier. Of course, it's much thicker too, right? I mean, but this thing is so lightweight, it blows me away. Standard knife comparison, which seems silly, but we're going to do it anyway. There it is, the bug out, as you can see. In fact, you can just about fit, well, this is not screwing around. Here we go with our other favorite size comparison tool, the full-size Presidio 2. Neither one holds a candle to this thing. What do I have on the table that's big? Here we go. It is longer than the Formax. I don't know why I love this thing like I do. That's the best part about knives, isn't it? You think you understand your own style. You think you know what's going to work for you, what's going to like catch your eye and catch your attention, and then something comes along that is just totally different than what you were expecting. This really is that. I have no need for this knife. It's not particularly EDC friendly. It's not particularly useful in any like sort of negotiable way. I mean, honestly, the Calmigo is more useful to me on a day-to-day basis than this thing ever will be, but I don't care because this thing is all sorts of pokey badassery. Now, they've opened it up a little bit on this side, right? Given it a little air to breathe, as you can see. It's got a lovely, typical Protech deep carry pocket clip on it. This thing is just rad. It really is. And again, it is really snappy for such a big, long knife. Can you get them? Well, yeah, sometimes. Like I said, they tend to release these in batches. You can get the medium Don, and they make an even smaller one, I think. The large Don tends to come and go. If I find one for sale, I'll post a link in the description. Let's weigh it, because I keep saying how light it is. I should weigh these in the beginning, huh? Because ain't nobody sticking around this long in the video. I'll do it anyway. All right. 4.4 ounces for a 4.5-inch blade. This is right at the ounce per inch, but that is 4.4 ounces for an over 10-inch knife. Yeah. This is just wicked cool. Oh, man. I love knives. I really do. Anyway, this has been the Protech Large Don. It is now part of my collection. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, except carry it around, and I don't know. But I'll tell you what, if I ever need to dissuade somebody, that is definitely the tool for the job. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This has been the Protech Large Don. I have been at Therapeutic Edge. I really appreciate you guys always for stopping by and watching this nonsense with me. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Protech Large Don. I know I enjoy having it in the collection. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.